Welcome back, everyone. My name is Mr. Seth, and we're learning to play this guitar together. Now, this is our third video in our series. We're going to learn our first couple of chords today. I'm really excited. In the last video, we learned how to tune. And so remember, every time you pick up your guitar, we need to make sure our guitars are in tune. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this tuner on, okay? And I hope that you do the same. Make sure that that little letter on the bottom is a G so that we're tuning to our guitars. And then do you remember how we remember the guitar strings? It's Eddie, 8, dynamite, goodbye, Eddie, right? So E, A, D, G, B, E are those 6 strings, okay? Now, I'm going to make sure that my guitar is in tune. Great. So I got green on all my strings. So I'm going to take this, turn it off, and put that back, okay? So when you've done the same thing, when you've made sure that your guitar is in tune, now we're ready to play. So pause the video, tune your guitar, and then once you're in tune, come back, and we're going to learn to play some chords, okay? Now, before we start with these chords, I want to explain. I explained a little bit in the last video, I think, but the difference between a note and a chord, okay? I'm going to use those 2 words. Now, a note is if I just go like this, okay? If I go like this. Each of those are notes, but as soon as I play 2 notes at the same time, okay, if I go like this, and I'm playing 2 notes at the same time now, right when I do that, I'm playing a chord rather than just a note, okay? So when I play a note, it's just one sound. When I play a chord, it's more than one sound. So that can be 6 sounds like this, okay? And these are the chords that we're gonna learn today, or it can be 2 sounds. But as long as I'm playing more than one sound at the same time, that's a chord, okay? So we're gonna start off, and I just wanna remind you guys, in the beginning, when you're first learning to press down on these chords, okay, you're first learning to press down on these strings, your fingers are gonna hurt, okay? So right now, we're gonna learn to press down with multiple fingers, okay, with more than one finger pressing down at the same time, and it's gonna hurt a little bit, okay? But I promise you, if you keep playing, it will stop hurting, okay? So, here we go. Now, you've been practicing doing this, right? If you've been practicing that, then this is gonna be really easy because you've been learning to press down hard already, okay? But now, what we're going to do is we're gonna take our first finger, okay? Our pointer finger. Now remember, I keep my thumb up here and then I kind of pinch like this. Now, if you need to move your elbow around and your thumb around to find a more comfortable spot, that's okay. But I'm just showing you guys how I do it, okay? So my thumb is up on top, and this goes right here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bend my finger and just press down with the tip of this first finger, okay? Now, when I press down, this is really important when I'm playing chords. I never wanna bend my finger like this, okay? You see this? How my finger is bent from this way now to that way? So when we do this, this is called the bendy thing, and we don't want to do the bendy thing, okay? Instead, we always want to bend our finger with this knuckle and this knuckle bent. So not like this, ever, but like this instead, okay? Because if we bend like this, then what ends up happening is the string below the one that we're pressing down on gets blocked, okay? But if I press down the right way and I'm just pressing down with the tip of my finger on this string like this, I can play this string and I can play this string and they can both ring out together, okay? So watch this. If I'm playing this string and this string, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna press that first finger on the second string up. Okay, so this is the B string. Now, remember, when we're first learning to play chords, I don't want you to do this, okay? Instead, I want you to sit up straight, hold your guitar the right way, okay? And lean over, look over, and find the first fret. Now remember, the first fret is in between these two, this little metal line and then this little piece of the guitar right here, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna press down on that first fret, okay, with my first finger, and then I'm going to take my middle finger, okay, or my second finger, and I'm going to press down on the second fret of the string right above it. So what we're going to do right now, it's almost like a staircase, okay, like a flight of stairs. What we're going to do is we're going to put our first finger down here, and then we're going to go one fret out and one string up. So just like this, okay? And then we're going to go one fret out and one string up again. So you see this? How this one is on the first fret of the second string. This one is on the second fret of the third string, okay? And then this one is on the third fret of the fourth string up, okay? So if I press down really hard on all of these, okay, this right here, this is our very first chord, okay? Now what you can do, I haven't taught you to strum yet, so we're going to talk about that towards the end of this video. But for right now, I just want you to take your thumb and just go like this. Now press down really hard. I know this is where it's going to hurt a little bit, okay? But I want you to press down really hard and just kind of strum that chord a little bit, okay? Now make sure that every single one of these is ringing out. If it sounds like this, then you're not pressing down hard enough, and you need to press down a little bit harder, okay? So it should sound like this. Just like that. Now, when a lot of my students, when I'm teaching them, when we first learn this chord, they'll go like this. Ah, and they'll look at their fingers like this, okay? They'll pull their hand off and they'll look at their fingers, okay? Now remember, if you look at my fingers, there's these three little lines on there. That means I'm pressing down hard, okay? But what I want you to try to not do is I don't want you to press down a little bit and then pull your hand off and look at your fingers. Instead, I want you to press down hard, really press down hard with each of these. You see how my fingers are bent like this? They're not bent like this, okay? So I want them bent like this with both knuckles bent on all three of these, pressing down with the tips of my fingers and with my thumb. I want to make sure. Sometimes what can end up happening is if I'm not careful, this finger might come over onto this fret, or these might be too far, okay? But I want you to make sure this is on 1, which is in between these two pieces. This is on 2, in between these two. And this is on the 3rd fret, okay? Just like this, just like a staircase. Okay, if we can get that sound to ring out, okay, now we can move to our second chord. So this chord right here is called an F chord. Can you say F? Okay, so this is our F chord, all right? Now, what I want you to do, this is really simple, okay? These two fingers, okay, the middle finger and the 3rd finger, I want these two fingers to move up. So this one stays right here. This one doesn't move, this first finger, okay? But these two move up. So now, I'm pressing with the 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the A string. That's the 2nd string down, okay? And then I'm pressing with the middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string down, okay? And then there's a space on this G string right here, okay? And then we have our first finger on the B string, just like this. So now, I strum that. That's what it should sound like. Really take some time. Look at my fingers, okay? Remember, my pinky isn't pressing down on anything. This chord is called a C chord, okay? So watch. If I play an F chord, all I do is I take these two fingers and I move them back down. So here's an F chord. and then I take these two fingers and I move them up. And I take these two fingers and I move them down. And I'm pressing down really hard on all of these. Okay, so here's a C. And then here's an F. Here's a C. Here's an F. Okay, that's sounding really, really good. Now, our last chord that we're going to learn, okay, is really simple. It's the same thing. Here's an F chord, all right? That's just here, here, here. This is our staircase chord, okay? This is kind of like stairs. Now watch. Here's our F chord. I'm going to move these two fingers up. Here's our C chord. And then I'm going to move these two fingers up again. And here's our G chord, okay? So we have F on the very bottom. In the middle we have C. And then at the top we have G. Okay, so here's F, the very bottom. Go slow. Here's C, we just move these up. And then here's G, we move them up. Okay? So, one thing that I want you to really try to do, okay, is when you're moving these fingers, I don't want you to move them like this. Look at these fingers. I don't want you to move them like this. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay, see how I'm moving them separate? Instead, I want to try, and this is hard in the beginning, but I want you to try this. You lift both of these up and move them at the same time. Okay? And then you move both of these up and you put them down at the same time. Okay? Now, try to not use this hand. I know I'm just showing you guys, but I want you to really try. Remember, don't have your guitars like this, right? You want to be sitting up straight and then leaning into your guitar. Look over your guitar just like this. Okay, that will really help. So here's what we're going to do. In music, right, we're going to talk about this a lot more in the next video, but in music, we count to 4, okay? In a lot of music, we go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to play an F chord just like this, okay? And we're going to count to 4. Ready? We're going to go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then now move to C. So we move up to C and we go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now we take these two fingers and move up again. We go to G. We go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then move back down to C. Okay, so take these two and move back down to the C chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now guess what? With just these 3 chords, you guys can play so many songs. Okay, we're going to talk about it coming into the next video. Okay, but just with these 3 chords, I know that this is hard. I know your fingers are probably hurting. Look at my fingers. You see those smiley faces on there? Okay, I really want to encourage you guys to really go slow with this, okay? Learn to play these chords. Work back and forth with these, okay? In the next video, we're going to talk about rhythm and counting and timing so that we can take these chords and they'll start to sound more and more like songs, okay? Great job, you guys. I will see you in the next video.